What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to review the trades that I took that made me just under $5,000 trading Tesla over the last 3 trading days. Last week on Friday, I was looking for some upside on Tesla, a continuation move. I traded Tesla off a break and retest level, some 9 EMA bounces, and I was able to make about $4,000 on Friday trading Tesla. Unfortunately, I did not catch these trades live. I was away in New York and was unable to access OBS on my laptop. So unfortunately, I don't have them live, but I still want to review them with you guys. We're going to pull up Interactive Brokers. I'm going to share with you guys the Interactive Brokers statement so that you guys can see the trades that I took. We'll review those scalps from Friday, and then after that, we will review a swing trade that I took from yesterday into today on Tesla to the downside, making about 50%, just about $700. So overall, over the last 3 trading days, just shy of $5,000 on Tesla, and I want to share those trades with you guys today so you can learn from them and you can see what I was looking when I entered these trades. If you enjoyed today's video after watching it, press that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to come hang out in the pre-market live stream starting every day at 8 a.m. So I want to go ahead and start this video by looking at the trades that I took last Friday. These were some scalp trades to the upside. I was watching some key levels on Tesla and I was utilizing the 9 EMA for my entry points when I started to see that momentum coming in on Tesla. So if we pop over to the charts, this is the 1-minute chart on Tesla. This is Thursday on the left. This is the gray area between Thursday and Friday. This is the after hours. And on the right side here, you are looking at Tesla. Now, the first thing that I want to point out to you guys and what I was watching coming into Friday was a potential retest of the previous day highs and a pre-market rejection point. So right here around 820 is around the price where I'm looking at. $820 a share. You have a previous double top from Thursday and you have a rejection point at the pre-market. Now, later in the pre-market, we were able to get above that level. And when I see that start to form, when I see the previous day highs, I want to make sure I am watching that previous day high to see if the support is there. If we are trading above that level as the market opens, I want to see, can I get a retest of that level and can I get a bounce off that level? Now, I did take multiple trades on Tesla this day, which we will review, but that was one of the main things I was watching, and I did in fact take a trade based off of that 820 retest. So I just wanted to quickly clear up what was the main level I was watching coming into Friday, and now let's go ahead and zoom in and really get a good idea of what I was watching as the market opened. So this is the 1-minute chart on Tesla, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and now pull up my order entries and exits so we can review them. So on your screen, you are looking at the entries and exits from Friday on Tesla. Now, my first trade was a little bit of a washout long, somewhat of a red to green move. Now, I don't always recommend this type of trade for maybe newer traders, for someone that's not as comfortable during market open. It can be very aggressive. It can be a tough trade to take. You have to have a really tight stop and be very quick to react. I saw that price action starting to build up as Tesla dropped when the market opened. We got a quick flush out of the gates. Some of you may call this a washout long, where you see that quick flush out of the gates and you start to see the candle build. You start to see the wick on the downside and you get in looking for that quick pop back to the upside, maybe near the opening levels or even higher. That was my first trade. Now, I don't love to take this type of trade because it is a very quick trade. It can be very dangerous and risky. I just want to make that point across and not pretend like this is something that you should be looking for all the time. I did take it. I'll be fully transparent, but it is not something that I would recommend taking a lot. It's not something that I would, make a real strong strategy around trading it. So I'm going to show you guys the trade that I first took, and that was right here. It was the 830 calls at $8.25. I took 5 of them, which is my normal size, and you can see I got in at 931. I saw the quick flush out of the gates on the 930 candle right here. I saw the wick starting to form. I saw the NASDAQ starting to hold, and we saw that quick red to green move on the second candle of the day. I got in at 931.01, so you can see it's 1 second into the second candle of the day. So basically where this candle opened is where I entered these calls, and you can see my exit was 931.22 and 931.32. So about 20 to 30 seconds later, I sold that pop back up to around 830 to 832. I made about $3 per contract on 5 contracts. That's about $1,500 right there on that quick pop. About 20 seconds, $1,500. It was a great way to start the day. Again, I don't want to recommend trading that type of style. I'm sure you guys have seen it online. People trade those red to green moves early morning, the washout longs. They can be very profitable because the option contracts move down very quickly and then they will explode in volatility and explode in premium. It can be very lucrative, but it is also very dangerous. If Tesla did not hold that previous level, I would have exited my position. So when I enter a trade like that, when I enter a washout long, I am using the previous candle low as my stop loss. So if I'm entering here on that second 1 minute candle, my stop loss is at the bottom of the first candle. So at that point, it was just about $2 lower. Probably would have risked about $500 on that trade, 500, maybe even closer to 1,000 on that trade if I did not get it correct. So again, want to point out the risk of taking a type of trade like that and just want to make sure you guys are aware of it. If you are a newer trader, I would not recommend it. If you're more experienced, then you probably understand what I did there and you probably understand that red to green washout long type of trade. So the next trade is a trade that I would recommend. This was a much safer trade. This was much more analysis behind this trade, and that was my second trade around 9:37. That's right here, guys. I took 5 8:30 calls at $8.55 at 9:37 a.m. and 57 seconds. So you guys can see that line right there is the second trade that I took. Now 9:37 was right here, guys. 9:37 was this candle as we started to push higher. We started to reclaim the 9 EMA, and the main reason why I took this trade was going back to the 820 retest. When I saw Tesla react the way it did off that 820 retest, which was the previous day highs and the pre-market high, I was very bullish. I was actually looking to see if I could get in this a little bit earlier. I was willing to potentially take it on this first 1 minute candle, but I decided I'm up on the day. Let's not get too risky. Let's wait for a little bit more confirmation. When I started to see this thing reclaim the 9 EMA and I saw the NASDAQ start to move to the upside, I went ahead and I took my position right there at 9:37 and 57 seconds. 5 contracts, 8:30 calls at 8:55. You can see I sold out of those just about 2 minutes later. I took 3 off. I took another one off at 9:40 and the last one off at 9:41. So I scaled out of that about 2 to 3 minutes later. My first exit was 9:39, which was right here on this big push. I like to take profits as I get a nice push. That 9:39 candle was already $2 per contract, which was already $1,000 profit on the 2 minute move. And then I just scaled out 11.50 and then finally scaled out the last one at $10. Right there, just about another $1,000 on top of my original $1,500. So at this point, I was sitting up just around $2,500. Why did I take this trade? Let's quickly recap. I saw a pullback to the retest level. I saw it hold that previous day high, the 820 level, the pre-market rejection point. I started to see it gain momentum, reclaim the 9 EMA, and basically I was just looking for that pop back to the upside off that retest level. So the third trade I took on Tesla this day was a 9 EMA bull flag, and this is where the bread and butter starts to come in. The last 2 trades, the first one, definitely something I don't do often. The second one is good. I like the retest. I like the upside off a retest level. Have to be very careful with that because you are chasing somewhat of a bounce. The third one here, now this is what I love. This is a trade that I will take 10 out of 10 times. This is a trade that I will recommend to anyone. If you guys look at where I got in my next trade, it was right here at 9:43 a.m. You can see right here, I took 5 8:30 calls again for $11. And you can see I got it at 9:43 and 17 seconds. Now, what happened on this trade? You guys can see this was a break of the intraday highs. This was a retest of the 9 EMA, and this was a bull flag formation right here. So if I zoom into this chart, you're going to see this maybe a little bit better. You can see right here, guys, we had a previous high around 832. We had a break of that level. We had a retest of that level, and we held it beautifully at 832 per share, and we bull flagged off the 9 EMA. Everything that I just said is what I look for on a daily basis. I look for break, retest, 9 EMA holds, and a flag move out of it. This right here is the textbook setup that I look for on a daily basis, and I went ahead and I nailed it here around 9:43 on Friday. So you can see I got in 5 contracts at 9:43. I sold them for $2 a move, $2 a contract, just about 1 minute later on this candle higher. Very nice, quick $1,000 in just about 1 minute. The contracts were moving like crazy on Friday, and when I got that quick pop, I was out of it. I took my profits, and that was the third trade that I took on Tesla. Now, the fourth and final trade that I took on Tesla was at 9:49. You guys can see I took the 840 calls. I took 5 of them for $7.13 each at 9:49. And again, what was this? This was a flag pattern to the 9 EMA, 949. As soon as I saw Tesla break that flag, hold the 9 EMA right here, I went ahead and entered my call options. I was up very nicely on the day, so I was definitely comfortable at this point to try to take a little bit more risk. If I'm wrong, I cut it, I get out, I call it a day. But here, I want to continue to try to ride this momentum that Tesla has had. Again, looking for a 9 EMA bounce. You can see bull flag, pull back to the 9, previous highs, retest them, flag out of that 9 EMA. You can see I got in at 949, scaled out at 951, and scaled out at 952. Just scaling out as we got that push. That was the last scalp that I took that day. Right here, guys, was an 860 call. This was a trade that I took for $1 the previous day and swung it into the next day. I lost $40 on it. I just got it out of there. I was done for the day at that point. It was 10 o'clock. I was up $4,000. I did not want to watch this anymore, and I took about a $50 to $60 loss on that last 860 call. So guys, those were the trades that I took on Tesla. About 4 trades in about just about 30 minutes in the first 30 minutes of the trading day. First trade, washout long, risky. Wouldn't recommend this one. It's a good trade if you are seasoned, if you know what a red to green move looks like, if you can really judge the price action and you can see that the red candle is starting to get bought up and you're looking for that quick pop. The second trade, I do like this one, 820 retest, trading off that 820 level, looking for the move back above the 9 EMA, using that 820 as your stop loss. The third and fourth trade, these are the trades that I highly recommend to you guys, looking for those break and retests, looking for the 9 EMA holds, looking for the previous rejections to turn into support, and finally, as it starts to move out of that bull flag, taking your upside move and taking profits as you get the move in your direction. So now I just want to quickly run a realized summary for you guys and show you guys Friday. You guys can see this is the 22nd. We'll go to daily. We'll go to custom range. We'll just do the custom range from Friday to Friday, and I'm going to show you guys the P&L from that day. So we're going to go to realized and unrealized performance summary, and we will see that here were the trades that I took on Tesla that day. I took the 830, 840 calls. Here's the loss on the 860 call. You guys can see I lost $30 on that call option, and I made about $3,900, right around $4,000 on that 830 and 840 calls. This is my realized summary from Friday, so you guys can see from Interactive Brokers. With that said, these were the scalps that I took on Friday. I hope you understand why I took them. If you have questions on these scalp trades, make sure to drop them down in the comments below. Unfortunately, I did not catch these trades live. I would have loved to because this would have made for a much better video, but unfortunately, I did not. I hope you guys did enjoy the recap of the trade. Now, I want to go ahead and jump into the swing trade that I opened yesterday and closed today for 50%. All right, guys, so we are now on the 30-minute chart on Tesla, and I want to run you through the analysis that I did yesterday and why I wanted to take Tesla puts to the downside into today. I closed those up just around $700, about 50% today, and I want to go ahead and share this analysis. I did share this thought process on Twitter, so if you want to make sure to follow me on Twitter, I'll go ahead and put the handle up on the screen. Make sure to follow me there. I do try to be more active on Twitter, but I am very active on my Instagram as well, so make sure to check out the socials. I'll also pop up on the screen the analysis that I did provide in the Discord chat. This is where I post all of my trade ideas and I trade live on a daily basis. With that said, let's go ahead and run into the analysis right now. So, for this analysis, I used one thing, and I like to look at this when I see a gap in volume. This is the volume profile. So if I pull up the volume profile, guys, on Thinkorswim, here it is. This is the volume profile on the 30-minute chart. And the thing that I was targeting was the large move to the upside that we saw on Thursday. I saw a big move on Thursday on Tesla in a very weak market, and I just didn't really believe it. I wanted to see, is this a move that is going to withstand, or can I try to play this back to the downside? So I pulled up the volume profile. I always like to check, is that move have significant volume, or did it move higher on some pretty weak volume, and is there a good chance that it comes back down? So you guys can see right around starting around $805, really around $810 a share, you can start to see this valley in price action. You can see we peaked up here around 817, 820, and we started to have this valley of price action. Now, the reason why there was a valley in volume here, why there was a pretty lull area of volume is because we went right through this level on Thursday without much support. We just went right up, right through it, not many buyers, basically a squeeze to the upside. And when you see something like this, it can be very likely that when the stock comes back into that level, it will move aggressively to the downside. So if we zoom back into the chart, we remove the volume profile so you understand the point why I was watching that. If I go ahead and look at this chart, the level that I was really targeting was around $810 per share. These were the consolidation lows of Thursday. This was a support level from Friday after hours. You can see right here, we bounced off of it. And then on Monday, you can see that we were sort of bouncing around that level. So you can see that 810 level was definitely a level of interest. I wanted to see if we break that 810 level, are we going to start seeing that slip to the downside? Are we going to start seeing that downside come in where that gap in volume is on the volume profile? I shared this all in the Discord chat when I entered the position. I'll go ahead and pop into the 1 minute chart, and I want to show you something that made me confident on this position. So if we go into the 1 minute chart from yesterday, guys, here is the one reason why I was confident and why I held my position into today. This was the one and only reason. If I did not see this, I would have not held my position. Right here, you guys can see on the 1 minute chart at around 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock, Tesla, instead of consolidating at 810, which it did for all morning, consolidation, 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 all right here, we continued to consolidate around 810. At around 2:30 to 3 o'clock, we broke 810, we came back up to it, and we turned that 810 level into a rejection point. When I saw that, that gave me the confirmation. I said, I'm not going to micromanage this position. I love that we just rejected 810. We're turning support into resistance, and I'm comfortable with the risk that I have on this trade, and I want to hold it into tomorrow. As long as Tesla is below 810, I think this trade setup is valid. Why? Because we have that gap in volume on the volume profile under 810, and if we go back to the 30-minute chart, you can see that we are now moving into the low volume move that we saw on Thursday. You can see today, guys, we continued to fade. We basically gave up the entire move on Thursday. That was basically straight up, and I love taking advantage of these types of trades. Using that volume profile, looking for a key level that I want to see a stock break, looking to see if it turns it into resistance, which it was 810. Once it turned 810 into resistance, if I zoom in, you will see it right here. 1 second. If I zoom in, you will see that right here, guys, this 30-minute candle went from turning 810 into support to turning it into resistance. When I saw that, that was my confirmation. I wanted to see if I could try to take advantage of this low volume upside from Thursday of last week, and that is exactly what happened. So, close that up about 50% today. Very nice trade. That was my analysis. It was as easy as that. Where's the flush point? Where's the low volume? I don't believe that Tesla is going to be able to hold this move in a weak overall market. Can I find the flush point? Where do I need to see it reject? What's the risk that I'm putting on this trade? Where can I target? I'm targeting the previous upside move off low volume, and I'm looking to see if Tesla gives it back. I hope you guys do understand why I took this trade. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below. Overall, guys, over the last 3 trading days, about $4,700 on Tesla, just shy of $5,000 on the scalps on Friday and on the swing trade from yesterday into today. If you guys enjoyed this trade recap, make sure to press that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 50,000 subscribers. And do not miss the pre-market live streams where I look at analysis like this on a daily basis, prepare you for the market day every single morning starting at 8 a.m. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.